Hello everyone. In this session of CCNA series, I'll discuss two common security threats, spoofing and DDoS. In any network, every device has a unique identity, that is the IP address or MAC address. Those addresses helps devices recognize and trust each other. For example, when a device sends an IP packet, other device expect the source IP address to be the sender's own IP address, and the source MAC address in that Ethernet frame is expected to be the sender's own MAC address. However, sometimes you might see attacker attacking your network. An attacker use technique to disguise their identity, just like someone wearing a mask to look like someone else. Here, the attacker is disguising to be device A and using the same source address and MAC address. This is called spoofing. So it can attack the network by disguising as device A. So spoofing is the act of disguising a communication from an unknown source as being from a known trusted source. So spoofing attack focuses on only one vulnerability, that is addresses. So there are several types of address spoofing, each targeting different layers or aspects of network. Two common types are IP spoofing and MAC spoofing. In IP spoofing, attacker change the source IP address in a network to in a network packet to make it look like the packet is coming from a different source. If you see here, the attacker is using the IP address of the client below. This can be used to hide the origin of an attack or to impersonate a trusted device or a server. And to mitigate that, DHCP snooping and ARP inspection techniques can be used. MAC spoofing involves changing the MAC address of a network device to impersonate a different device on the network. Here, the attacker can be seen using the MAC address of DHCP client to impersonate that client. By spoofing a MAC address, a person can effectively impersonate another device on a network. And this can be mitigated by implementing switch port security. Another type of attack is DDoS attack or denial of service attack. If you consider the normal operation of a business application or any application, you can say, or web service application, the application server is accessible to user whenever they need it, right? Typically 24/7 or during specified business hours. Users can log in, access data, and perform action without encountering downtime or interruptions. So a DDoS attack is a malicious attempt to disrupt normal operation of a targeted server or service or a network by overwhelming it with a flood of illegitimate traffic. So the attacker will send continuous illegitimate traffic to that server so that it becomes inaccessible. So the goal of the DDoS attack is to make the target server inaccessible to its intended user, causing disruption to normal operation of services. One of such example is SYN flood attack. In this type of attack, the attacker finds a way to open an abnormal connection to the application server where the attacker sends many SYN packet to the target server, but it does not respond to the server SYN packet. If you see, it is sending the packet to the server and server is responding back, but it is not acknowledging that. As the attacker tries to open more and more abnormal connection at an increasing rate, the server resources become tied up with half open connection and it becomes unable to process any legitimate connection request from other clients. This results in denial of service to legitimate users as they are unable to establish connection with the server. So in this, if you see the SYN packet, if you see the source IP address is replaced with the fake address of the other client. So attacker intends purposely not to reply to these SYN packets. So this incomplete connection stays in the server stable until it eventually times out and is removed. So attacker can es- escalate such types of attack even more further. Uh, it can make numerous additional systems join in, and here multiple systems are involved and compromised. So these type of systems are called botnets and are used to flood a target service or network with large volume of traffic. Previously, if you see, it was using only one machine, right? Now here using more machines, and they are called botnets. And this type of attack is called a distributed denial of service attack. So you might have heard about DDoS attack. So this is the type of attack in which attacker uses multiple machines to target a particular server. That's it for this session. I hope this was informative for you. Thank you for watching.